Hi, third graders. Welcome to your math lesson. Today we're working on lesson 15, and we are using our knowledge of area to determine the area of rooms in a floor plan. So that's just sort of the outside edges of a room, like the room you're sitting in right now. Before we get started, grab a pencil or a pen and get ready to write something to write on as well. Okay, here we have the floor plan of a room. And it's leading us through finding the area of the whole figure. So it says, write a number sentence to show the area of the shaded figure. So we've already talked about how when you have an irregular shape like this, you want to break it apart to be able to find the total area. That's one strategy for doing it. So when it says, find the area of the shaded rectangle, it's talking about this darker part right here. So we need to find the area of it. To do that, you know how to do that. We are going to multiply rows times columns to give us the square units of this part. So 4 times 2 equals 8. 4 rows times 2 columns gives us 8 square units right here. And then we have to find the area of the unshaded rectangle as well. So 3 rows times 2 columns gives us 3 times 2 square units. So if we thought of it in this way, we know that 8 square units would be here. We would know that 6 square units would be here. If we wanted to know the area of this whole figure together, we would have to add them together. So all you have to do is add them together, just like that. So we would take the equation we used for the first one, 4 times 2, add it with the equation we used for the second part. 3 times 2 would give us 8 square units, plus 6 square units would give us 14 square units. So we're going to go through this next one step by step and pause the video at each part to give it a try yourself. So it says, write a number sentence to show the area of the shaded rectangle. Remember, that's the darker part right here. Go ahead and pause the video and write a number sentence to show that. Okay, the number sentence to show the shaded area would be 3 times 4, and that would give you 12 square units, or 4 times 3 is also fine. And now we need to find the area of the unshaded part. So pause the video and write a number sentence to show the area of this unshaded part. All right, you should have gotten 1 times 2 equals 2 square units, or 2 times 1 equals 2 square units. And again, to find the area of the whole room together, you just have to add them together. So 3 times 4, your original shaded number sentence, plus 1 times 2, your original unshaded number sentence, gives you a total of 12 square units, plus 2 square units gives you 14 square units total. All right, this is our last example. For this one, I want you to pause the video here and go ahead and figure out the area for the whole room together, the shaded part, and then the unshaded part, and then come back once you've found the total area for this whole figure. All right, I hope you figured it out. So we're going to go ahead and go through step by step like we did on the other ones and check your work and see, did you follow along like we have done in the other two examples. So the first part would be 4 times 3 would give you 12 square units for this shaded part because we have 4 rows and 3 columns. For the unshaded part, we have 2 rows of 4. So we have 2 times 4 would give us 8 square units. And then again, we have to put them together. So if we do that, we would have a total of 12 square units from our first part, plus 8 square units from our second part, to give us a total of 20 square units as a whole room together. So today, for your individual classwork, you are going to have a blueprint of a house. So you can see here, let me move my little video. You can see here, there is a house with lots of different rooms, and you have the measurements written for you. So you can imagine as sort of a dollhouse because these are centimeters, so they're small. So this is the image. On the next page, it's going to ask you first to make a prediction. Which room looks like it has the biggest area? So you're going to go in, look at all the rooms, decide which one you think looks the biggest just by looking. And then you're going to go through and record the areas for each room. So you're going to look for bedroom 1, bedroom 2, the kitchen, the hallway. and all of the rest of them. And then you're just going to do your work here. So when it asks for a strategy, you're just going to go through and show how you found, if you broke it apart, how did you figure out the dimensions for each part. You can do your work here. Then on the next page, it asks you which room has the biggest area. Was your prediction right? So it's referring back to that first one that you did, and then why or why not. That's very important. Don't leave out those explanations because it really helps your teacher understand your thinking. Then you're going to find the side lengths of the house. You don't need to use your ruler because we gave you the measurements, and then explain the process you use. So find the side lengths of the house. So that means around the whole outside of the house. What are the dimensions? So what is the dimension across here and then down the side here as well? Then what is the area of the whole floor plan? So what is the area of this whole house all together, all of the rooms all together? All right, and then at the end you have an exit ticket where you can read the instructions and then fill out this table. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask your teacher. And